Good evening, and welcome to Room for Everyone, a Yazebas bed and breakfast actual play. It had only begun to snow as the bone-white antique Rhymes Royce pulled up in front of and up to the front gate of the bed and breakfast. The only sign of its driver was their tiny footprints in the snow leading up to the porch, and a silvered envelope daintily floating above the ground. The old door swung open with a creak and a ding, and Sal nearly jumped out of his skin when a letter was placed directly in front of him. He picked it up and studied its delicate craftsmanship, half expecting it to melt away in his hand. But there it was, with the Yazeba blocked out in sparkling argent ink and a calligraphic hand. By the time Yazeba had been called downstairs and perched her reading glasses upon her crooked nose, a small crowd had gathered in the lobby, pretending not to be curious about what kind of mail a witch might receive. She squinted.
Oh, what's this then? To the esteemed witch Yazeba, she who will bear no other title. It is with respect owed to a witch of your pedigree and skill that you, along with any from your coterie, are hereby cordially invited to the debutante ball of the Candle Princess of the Rushlight Court, maid of midwinter and January air, to be held at midnight on New Year's Eve at the Aurora Palace. Yours truly, the Candle King of the Rushlight Court, Steward de Polarius and Boreal Regent. P.S. It would be customary for you, in your capacity as the debutante's godmother, to give a brief speech and a toast before the banquet, at which point your responsibility to the princess will be concluded. Oh, bite and blast, is she 16 already?
Gertrude, who had hovered just close enough to read over the witch's shoulder, a pastime reserved for the secretly brave, chuckled. Guess you're going to miss board game night. She stretched and grabbed her book, ready for a quiet evening in.
Oh, no. If I have to spend New Year's at a stuffy fairy party, then frost of fire, you're coming with me.
Gertrude was agog. Me? A shiver of fear danced down her spine.
Who else? You won't be bored. There'll be plenty of hors d'oeuvres, ball gowns, dancing, other girls your age.
Gertrude blushed under her mask. It wasn't being bored she was worried about.
Frankly, anyone who can behave themselves can come along as my... Yazeba chewed on the word before enunciating it with a dismissive wave of her hand. Coterie.
Everyone of a mind to go quickly cleaned themselves up, except Gertrude, whom Yazeba took by the wrists into the kitchen to be dolled up with a few flicks of a wand. Gertrude protested at first, but quickly demurred when a zap of ozone transmuted her threadbare old hoodie into the nicest gown she'd ever been close enough to touch, which fit her round body in a way she hadn't known it could, and yet still felt as familiar as a garment it always had been. And then everyone piled into the immaculate Rhymes Royce, which purred and rose weightlessly into the sky. There are countless words poets have tried to use to capture the grandeur of the crystal ballroom of the Aurora Palace. The one that felt most apt to Gertrude at first sight was ethereal. From the glassy tiles, so delicate that she felt like she was standing on clouds, to the pillars filled with frozen fire, to even the starlit rafters of the dazzlingly high ceiling, the palace was a display of extravagance Gertrude had simply never seen before in her life. Flickering wisps ferried plates of sherry and shrimp to the fairy guests, while aristocrat elves bickered by a fondue fountain. At the far edge of the ballroom, an enormous double spiral staircase bloomed from the mist and gentle lighting, its banisters arching to rooms and wings unknown.
And at the top of the stairs, the debutante stood, her petite hourglass figure molded perfectly to a shimmering pearl pink gown, and with the firelight from her honeycomb head woven into a flaming braid. One of her friends leaned over and whispered in her ear, and even from here, Gertrude could hear the Candle Princess's laugh, like sparks from a hearth. She gazed out through the crowd until her golden eyes caught Gertrude's, and in an instant, the princess was at Gertrude's side. I don't recognize you, masked stranger. You've such a lovely dress, the Candle Princess said, close enough that Gertrude could feel the warmth radiating off of her into the frigid palace. Would you care to join me for the first dance?
Yazeba hid a grin behind her foaming furs, and Gertrude gulped. Oh dear.
Welcome to episode 6 of Room for Everyone, a Yazebas Bed and Breakfast actual play. I'm Natalie from Charm Person Games, and tonight I will be your concierge. And I will be playing Gertrude, a masked teenage runaway who uses she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Joel. I use they, them pronouns. It's currently raining here, so I apologize if I'm going to be a little less talkative, but I'm going to be playing Sal, who's an aspiring musician that uses he, him pronouns.
Hi everyone, I'm Leslie. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Amelie, a workaholic robotic housekeeper who uses they, them pronouns.
And hey, I'm Dana Ebert. I'm going to be playing Yazeba, a witch who uses she, her pronouns.
And tonight we have two very special guests staying at the B&B. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Nikki. I use she, her pronouns, and today I will be playing the Candle Princess, a fairy princess made of wax who also uses she, her pronouns.
Hello, my name is Ashley. I use they, them, and ze, them pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Hiccup, a delicate wind-up dancer who uses any pronouns.
All right. I'm excited to play with all of you. Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast is split into separate chapters that each use their own rules. Tonight, we're playing Chapter 72, The Debutante Ball. Tonight, the staff of Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast gets all gussied up and goes to the birthday party of the Candle Princess. We'll be breaking off into pairs to dance, literally or metaphorically, get to know each other, and all along, the Candle Princess will be trying to find out who is this masked stranger. Just a reminder, this game is currently available on Indiegogo. You have a few more weeks left to back it. And this adventure is not out in the Ashcan. This is an adventure that you will get to see once you hold the whole copy of your game. So let's go ahead and start playing. So Yazeba, what are you wearing to the debutante ball of the Candle Princess?
Yazeba is dressed to the nines. She is absent her usual leopard print coat, and instead she's broken out some old, dusty, but elegant furs that, with a little bit of cleaning, are more than ready to make their appearance. Along with that, she's wearing a well-fitted black dress, black elbow-length gloves, and a fashionable fascinator.
Okay. Who else wants to describe what they're wearing next?
The princess was wearing her entrance look previously with the pearl pink dress, and now she's actually wearing a like a light green off the shoulder kind of thing with flowy sleeves, and she decided to break tradition. She's got on pants, so she's wearing some shiny metallic like slack style wide leg trousers with heels on.
Okay.
Hiccup is wearing a shirt that has a fluffy front, kind of like the one that I'm wearing, so kind of like a pirate looking shirt, and also a blue long sleeved blazer that has gold buttons. They're also wearing a pair of blue pants that match the jacket, shiny black shoes with probably spats that have blue and black on them to match the jacket, and then several gold rings on their hands. They look a little bit too like outlandishly extravagant to be there, so they look fancy, but in a way that kind of clashes.
Amelie, Sal?
You go first.
Okay, sure, thanks. So I think Amelie is wearing a top that they found in the bed and breakfast that is definitely a more feminine looking top. I think it has like it's like got a high neck, it's black, with like a large kind of like bell sleeve, if that makes sense. It's actually tucked into a pair of trousers. They're like a houndstooth kind of looking pant, a short cut on them, so they only fall to about like right above the ankle, if Amelie had distinct looking ankles as a robot. And I think Amelie also has on like a sparkly headband on their head. I don't think Amelie quite looks like they belong here, because it's definitely like a mishmash of kind of pieces, but they don't look inappropriate.
Al is wearing his cleanest pair of sneakers. Actual jeans, but like dark jeans, so they don't look completely inappropriate. And he's wearing a t-shirt that has a design, like a necktie design. And he's does not belong or fit in at all whatsoever.
And I think Gertrude has her supernatural glamour gown, and I think it's a long floor-length gown with a bustle. Like, it's very princessy and elaborate and over the top. And I think it twinkles with magical constellations all over it. And they're the constellations that we saw back in the stargazing episode, just twinkling all over the dress. So there's the crown and the binary in the stars, and yeah. Okay. And Gertrude feels like she belongs. She looks like she belongs. So I think we ended the cold open with the Candle Princess asking Gertrude for the first dance. And I think Gertrude does one of those like looks behind her and is like, wait, are you talking to me? And like, me?
And she goes, yes, you, and boops you on the nose.
No. Okay. Yeah. I've never danced with someone before.
That's okay. I'll lead.
Okay.
She'll take you out onto the dance floor and show you where to put your hands, and
Okay. I think
look at the band and give them one of these so they know they got to play a waltz.
Okay.
And get going. Get on a waltz.
Okay. So it's your birthday?
It is my birthday.
Okay.
Did you bring me a present?
I just found out about it today. I'm part of your godmother's coterie.
Oh, well, then you shall be my present.
Oh, um, uh,
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm very cool. And yeah, yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
very warm.
Oh, right, because you're a candle.
Yeah.
Um, so I think the candle, oh, what would that be? I think the candle prince. I think Gertrude has told the candle princess how she perceives a masked stranger there, even if it's unflattering. So, and I think she did a whoopsie by actually. No, I'm. Let's keep going. Let's keep going in the scene a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to over mechanic it here.
How good is Gertrude at dancing, would you say?
I think she's very stiff at first. Like she's very worried about getting it wrong and like overly watching the candle princess's feet to make sure she doesn't step on them.
Eyes up here, dear.
Oh, right. I just don't want to
Chin
step
up.
on
You
your
gotta look
feet.
regal.
Yeah,
Oh, they're fine.
right.
And
So,
she'll keep twirling you around the dance floor.
do you go to a lot of balls?
I mean, I host a lot of them. It's part of my princessy duties.
Right.
Some of them are terribly boring. That's why I
Like-
insisted that my godmother be here.
Oh, you. I mean, Yazeba's great, but like you wanted her to be here?
Yes, she has that wonderful home with all the people in it, and they're always so interesting. And I love hearing the stories. And I figured she'd bring some with her.
But
And
yeah,
I was
I
right.
live there.
Yeah.
I'm
See?
the day porter in training.
Ooh, so you have a job.
I do. Yeah.
Wow, that's so great.
Yeah, it's my first job, and I think I do pretty good at it.
I've only had the one job. I was born into it.
Right. Do you think you do a good job at it?
Well, yes, I do. I am very good at wearing pretty clothes, and I'm very good at wearing pretty tiaras, and I'm very good at dancing, and I'm very good at smiling and being warm and friendly. And that's all the things I'm supposed to do.
I think you're good at those things too.
Thank you.
So yeah, am I doing okay at this?
Well, you only stepped on my feet once, so yes,
Oh,
I would
I'm
say
so
so.
sorry.
I'm just kidding. You didn't step on my feet.
Oh, okay. Well, it was really nice dancing with you. I think I think I see those chocolate covered strawberries.
Yes, and when we end a dance, you're supposed to curtsy. So
Oh, right.
she curtsies. Not bad.
Should I do it
No,
again?
no, it's fine.
Okay. Thank you so much for this dance.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy the party. She like flits off to go talk to her friends.
Okay. Yeah, I think she violated courtly etiquette by talking too much about herself, and I think ooh, what's my whoopsie gonna be here? Hold on. I think she's gonna take on more than she can carry, and on her way to the food thing, she's just curtsying everyone. She's like, she just learned this new trick, and like she is showing it off. And I think that there's a lot of humph and pumph and like
There's a lot of this.
Yeah, that's right. So who else would like to dance together?
It says in the examples that you don't necessarily need to dance, but perhaps you're piling up your plate at the buffet table.
Uh-huh.
And that's exactly what Sal is gonna do the moment he steps into the dance floor. Just beeline for the food, because that's what I would do. So that's all. That's what I'm just gonna. Ooh, that looks interesting.
Would anyone else be over by the food?
Oh, hello, it's random stranger. How are you doing? Great.
I think Amelie will pop up behind Sal. Not saying much. And it's just like, Sal, you found
Hi.
the food.
It's not hard to miss. It's like right here.
That is very
Just-
correct.
It's right here. Yeah, good food. Do you want some?
I still cannot process food. We have not figured out that programming yet.
No, that's unfortunate. I'll process some of this food for you if you don't mind. And I take another plate and start filling it with other food, just using Emily as an excuse. This is for her. I'm just filling it because it's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. So, what do you think of the this
This
dance, the waltz?
the waltz, this seems fine. This seems like a different party than the one we went to last time, like the house party.
I agree.
There is less newts. There are less newts here than the last time.
Yeah, there is. That's a good point. You know what else is there less of? Fun.
Why is there less fun?
Well, because everybody is like super organized, and they there's like a lot of rules, and the food they don't have any pizza, so
Pizza does make sense that pizza is fun. I did get in trouble for cleaning up the pizza last time.
it's fine. You don't mess with a musician's pizza, really, but
I
here we are.
thought it was garbage. It had been sitting on the table for a while and looked cold.
Honestly, probably was. Probably kind of go hand in hand. Cheap pizza and garbage, they're kind of hard to tell apart, even for me.
Cheese has a tendency to congeal once it hits 30 degrees.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Cheese has a tendency to congeal once it hits 30 degrees Celsius.
Sure. That's yeah.
And then
That
seems to become inedible. The pizza was well beyond that.
Well, I mean, I think different people have different thresholds for not eating things. I mean, you take that pizza from the party here, none of these people would eat it, but I would.
Would nobody eat it? Why? I don't. Why would you eat congealed cheese?
Because it's tasty. I don't. Why wouldn't you eat congealed cheese?
I think Amelie might take this as a whoopsie and is going to get passive aggressive about this.
Oh God.
But
no.
I just explained it is suboptimal to eat congealed cheese at that temperature.
Well, but
then what does it? I do not understand.
Well, it's like tasty and fun.
Does the flavor profile not change when the cheese is congealed? I would think the texture and flavor profile would change and become yucky.
Well, I mean, everybody considers different things yucky, right? So it's like, depends. Like, you can't just like perfectly tell whether something is or, well, I mean, some things you can tell they're yucky just from look. From pizza, it's not ever. Well, that's not true.
Is pizza always delicious? Because that sounds wrong.
most of the time. Depends on what you put on it, I guess. Well, I guess it also depends on how old the pizza is.
Processing. It does seem as though people do not like anchovies, which are small salted fish on pizza generally. That makes sense.
Do people normally like anchovies? Like, on other things?
I don't know. This is from Reddit.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Me either, but it had a source for pizza toppings and
Oh.
opinions.
A sort? Okay. I've heard people don't like pineapple, but I think it's fine. I mean, you could put worse things on it, like anchovies, which is, you know.
I will believe you. That
Cool.
seems odd. I am surprised you are not. This has music as well.
Well, yeah.
The music is very different in tone, though. It is not as loud.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the kind of music that old people listen to most of the time. The music that I typically play and listen to is like cool, young, fun people listen to it.
There are also not people shoving here.
Yeah, that's why it's less fun. Well, that's one of the reasons why it's less fun. Yeah, I mean, that kind of party doesn't have a mosh pit. I mean, obviously I need one.
That is fair. The shoving last time overloaded my processing, and I got upset.
Well, you know, that's fair. But then people immediately helped you get out of there, which is kind of like the vibe that kind of like, it's aggressive, but it's like fun aggressive, you know, kind of like other things that are fun and aggressive at the same time. What about you? Are you enjoying? I'm sure you're probably great here, considering this is super clean and organized. You must be having fun, right?
I have actually prevented 2 separate messes. Someone has already almost spilled 2 drinks, but that has gone okay.
Was it Gertrude? It was Gertrude, right? Okay, you can tell me if it was her.
No, they were 2 people I did not know.
Really? Huh.
I have not seen Gertrude since we came in.
Oh, she's over there dancing with the flame lady.
I believe that is the Candle Princess, whose party it is.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah. Well, this is really good food. I'm gonna fill you another plate for later. Start picking more food.
I appreciate you talking with me, Sal. I am going to go explore.
Okay. Don't make any messes.
I will stop some more, I am sure.
And we part ways.
Yes.
I walk 2 steps down the table and get some ice cream. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like milkshake now because there's a fire lady in the room. I don't know how ice cream physics work with fire fairy ladies. So I'm just assuming there's ice cream over there.
They said there was frozen fire pillars, so it seems like it makes sense.
I also like the idea that there's no pizza, but there's ice cream here.
Of course. Wouldn't be high society without ice cream.
I'm not familiar.
Me neither, it's fine. I'm just pretending.
All right. Yazeba, Hiccup, is there anyone that either of you wants to dance with?
What is Hiccup up to?
Hiccup currently, first of all, I think Hiccup may be one of the people that Amelie stopped from making a mess by spilling a drink. I think that they were over by the food table kind of as this whole, like maybe before this whole pizza conversation was there. Maybe that's why Amelie was near the table. Maybe this didn't happen that long before that. But Hiccup was probably trying to steal some of the loaves of bread and just very casually put them up their sleeve. They don't want to look undignified making a mess with crumbs and stuff at the party, but they do want some of this good bread for later. So they're just trying to very dignified, like, oh, hello. put a bread up their sleeve. Just put a couple little rolls up there for later. And in the process of reaching for that, maybe started to knock over a drink, which is what Amelie came over and stopped from happening. In a rare, ungraceful move that they made. So right now they're kind of by the table. I don't know if Gertrude's also by the table. They might want to dance with her.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Are you can take leftovers from here?
Oh, I don't know if you can or not, but that isn't going to stop me from doing it.
Oh, I don't have my pouch pocket. Normally I have a pouch pocket.
I
There's no.
I have
Does
an
this still have
extra
pockets?
I have an extra little burlap sack in my pocket if you would like it. I was going to put bread in it, but if you want it, you don't have anywhere else to put it, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. They hand it to her.
Okay. She starts putting like snacks into the sack for herself.
The trick is to like make eye contact with people as they're walking up to the table and say hi while one hand is, putting the bread in the bag. They're looking at your eyes. They're not looking at what your hands are doing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great diversion.
You're really good at this.
Thank you. I do go to a lot of parties and I do get a lot of good leftovers from them. What can I say?
How do you know the Candle Princess?
I kind of
That
snuck
is
in.
going to be my my question I am asking.
Okay, cool. I kind of just snuck in. I don't think I was invited. I do get a lot of invitations in the mail, so it is possible I was invited. But I heard it was happening and it sounded rather interesting, and I was just going to have a kind of a boring evening at home without it. So I figured I might as well give myself a little challenge of trying to sneak in. I managed to succeed. I kind of snuck in behind a group of people who was walking in. So the guard thought that I was with them, and I gave them a little wave and they let me go in.
Is that missing a step in answering the question fully?
I
It
think
seems
so.
like.
Yeah.
All right, so you get to take a token.
Okay,
And
cool.
I think Gertrude, like, she's in a mask, but you can see that like she's stopped putting bread in her bag, and she's like, that is so cool. It's like a heist.
It is like a heist, just to steal bread, nothing else, but just to give myself a more interesting evening and get some good leftovers along the way. And if anyone wants me to leave, I'll leave if they ask me, but everyone seems to think I fit in here.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm Gertrude, by the way. I work for Yazeba. I'm the day
cool.
porter. I'll totally keep your secret, and I'm going to do the whoopsie. Keep a secret I shouldn't keep.
Good. And how do you know Yazeba? Like, how did you two meet?
Work. And there I'm keeping a secret that I shouldn't keep. And I'm going to do a bingo, and you get to take a token.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And those are the 3 tokens between us.
Awesome.
So you said your name is Hiccup?
Yes, it is Hiccup.
Well, I hope to see you later. Maybe I just learned to dance. Maybe we could dance?
Yeah,
later?
I think that'd be great, actually.
Okay.
I enjoy dancing. That's one of my favorite things
Bye,
about these
Hiccup.
parties.
Thank you for the
Bye.
bread bag.
You're very welcome. Have fun with your new knowledge you've learned.
At that moment, Yazeba comes half walking, half stomping over to where Hiccup is and where Gertrude previously was. Yazeba, in the first conversation, was rapidly watching the dance between the Candle Princess and Gertrude, only to get pulled into lots of unwanted conversations with the king and several other important people. And now, as Yazeba rushes over and barrels right into the space of Hiccup, she says, "Oh, do you know who I am?"
You're Yazeba, aren't you?
Frost of fire, I was hoping to find someone who didn't.
Well, I've never met you before. It just you look very fancy, so I assume that you would be her.
Great, you're a talker too. Trying
Sorry.
to find some place to be alone.
I think there are some rooms upstairs, perhaps, that may be quieter, and you could just kind of sneak off if you want.
No, 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 no. Not about to cause a scandal. I have to be here for my goddaughter.
Well, I'm sure that she, is enjoying the fact that you're here supporting her.
Hopefully.
I hope so too. So do you own this venue, or did you rent it out for this? It's a beautiful venue.
This venue, stars know. I own a little slice of paradise down the way.
Well, that sounds lovely.
This I have nothing to do with, I assure you.
Well, I still think it's a great location for your goddaughter to have her ball that she's having.
Thank you for the answer to the question I didn't ask. Who are you anyway? I don't recognize you.
Oh, my
But
name is
apparently you
Hiccup.
know everything about me.
I only know a little bit about you. People have told me I have good observational skills before, so I think a lot of it's that. I don't know everything about you. My
Is
name's
that
Hiccup,
so?
though. Yes, I like ballet dancing, and parties like this are always such fun.
If I acknowledge your name, will you stop saying it?
Yes.
It is adequate to meet you, Hiccup. So here's my question for you, all these gossips in the room. What have they told you about me?
Only one person has mentioned you to me. That is Gertrude. And all she said is that she works for you.
Of course it was Gertrude. Nothing can ever keep that girl quiet.
Well, I'm glad you have such kind employees, even if they maybe not the best at keeping secrets you'd like them to keep.
That was my mechanics question. How would you like to consider that answer in terms of tokens?
It's up to you, Ashley. Were
Do I
you
have to look at
sweeping
my
off
mechanics?
Were you sweeping off Yazeba off her feet and avoiding the question, or missing a step and answering the question fully, or dancing around the answer and asking a question of your own?
I feel like it's more dancing around because Hiccup's just kind of complimenting all the things instead of avoiding actual real personal conversation.
Okay.
That is
So-
fair. That is fair.
So what is your own question?
My question is, what is the place you said you own a nice little place down the street? What is that
No.
like?
If I tell you, you're just going to show up, I'm sure. That's what everyone
I-
seems to do.
I pinky promise that I won't. I'm just curious.
If you swear, I'll tell you.
I swear.
Fine.
Well, what is it called then?
Sorry, I was looking at my moves. Well, as you can imagine, it's a bed and breakfast, and it's called Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. Original, I know.
It's a very explanatory name. It gets to the point.
But let me answer the question you're really asking. I procured the bed and breakfast so I'd have some place to hide where no one could follow. I much
is absolutely
prefer
valid
it to
reason.
being out in the open here. That is going to give you a token.
Cool. I used to be put in all sorts of costumes with my previous owner, so I understand the kind of wanting to have a little space for yourself that's not dictated by other people.
Is that so? I would
Yes.
say you just seem to be parroting what I'm saying. You're very flattering in your own vapid way.
Well, thank you.
That was a compliment, I'm sure.
It was.
Anyway, I tire of this. You're just as bad as the others. Yazeba scoops up the rest of the hypothetical tokens on the table and just walks off in a huff.
Hiccup gives a little wave after her.
Ah,
All right. Who wants to have the next dance and who do they want to dance with?
I want to save Yazeba for last for
Okay.
princess. So
that sounds nice.
yeah,
We could go dance with someone else and try and find out more about Gertrude.
that's true. She is looking around and she is off like talking to her friends and like doing little boo boo gossip, gossip, gossip. And she looks over and she sees Amelie stopping someone from spilling their drink, and she's kind of interested in that. So she's going to walk over and you don't look familiar.
Hello, I have not been here before.
I didn't think we hired you, so you really don't have to work while you're here.
Oh, that is okay. That is part of my normal programming. It kind of just happens without me thinking about it.
I can understand that. There's lots of things I do without thinking. Would you like to dance with me?
I have downloaded several dance routines. I can certainly try to perform one with you if you would like.
I would like that very much.
It would be my pleasure then.
And knowing that you're programmed to dance, she's going to do something more complicated than she did with Gertrude, and something with lots of steps and like partner routines and like switches and things like that. And then as you're like, when you come together again, she says, "So, I danced with your friend earlier."
I do believe I saw you dancing with Gertrude.
Her name is Gertrude. I didn't ask. I really should have.
Oh, we both work at the bed and breakfast together.
I did know that. What do you know about her? And this is my mechanical question.
Okay.
So you can tiptoe, swerve, lie, or cut around the question, giving no answer but 2 tokens to the Candle Princess. Or you can tell the Candle Princess how you perceive the masked stranger, even if it's unfavorable, violating courtly etiquette in the process. Do a whoopsie and break off from the Candle Princess, collecting the leftover tokens for yourself. Or you can change places, giving the Candle Princess a short, curt answer and asking a question of your own.
Okay. I think, hold on, I'm just reading through these again because it's the Lady of the Hour bit,
Yes.
right? Okay. I think Amelie is going to tell the Candle Princess how they perceive the masked stranger, because I don't think it's been detailed that Amelie should not be honest. So I think Amelie, I think they kind of keep dancing, and then Amelie is like, Gertrude is very pleasant. I have enjoyed working with Gertrude at the bed and breakfast. We spend a lot of time together now that they are the day porter in training. They are around quite often. They are very hardworking and diligent and very kind. They also showed me Ghostbusters, which was a very interesting movie. It is their favorite.
Oh, Ghostbusters. I don't think I've seen that. I don't get to watch much television.
Is it busy being a princess?
Yes. I have to take a lot of classes. I have to learn all the etiquette. My dad makes me learn all of his friends' names and who their kids are. It's a lot.
You must process all of their names?
Yeah, the good news is I'm really good with names.
That is great to hear. I was going to say without a mechanical database, that would be somewhat difficult to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
I am happy to hear that you enjoyed dancing with Gertrude earlier, though.
It was pleasant enough. She only stepped on my foot once, though don't tell her that.
I will not, since you told me not to.
Thank you.
And I think since I told the Candle Princess how I felt, I now need to do a whoopsie and break off from the Candle Princess. And my favorite whoopsie is refuse to diverge from my programming. So Amelie, while they are in the middle of like a lovely move, all of a sudden just breaks off from the Candle Princess. Like, I like to think that Amelie did like a twirl for the princess and then all of a sudden sees someone about to spill something, literally does a full 360 turn and goes to clean up the mess while the princess spins away. And Amelie doesn't say anything, just scoots away and like immediately starts trying to catch whatever was dropping so it hopefully doesn't spill.
Well, I guess courtly etiquette's not part of her programming. Their programming. So that mean that that they get all the tokens?
I do get all the tokens.
Okay.
Because I'm an honest robot.
I think Gertrude, with her plate of snacks, is going to sidle up to Joel with his plate of snacks. And
I'm canon now, guys. I'm a canon character now.
oh, sorry, Sal with his plate of snacks.
I'm teasing.
Sorry.
Oh, hey. How you doing?
Hey,
Hey.
this party's different than last week.
Right?
It's
That's
pretty
what I was
good.
saying. Sure. No pizza though.
There isn't pizza, but are these small cheese flatbreads, which are basically pizza.
I'm gonna turn around and pick some of those from the table and then turn back to Gertrude. Yeah, you're right. They are these.
Yeah,
I saw you dancing with Fire Lady. How was that?
that was the first time I've ever slow danced like that.
Was
Yeah.
it boring? I bet it was boring.
No, it was kind of exciting. I didn't even step on her foot once.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah.
You're very good at everything you do. I'm very scared. I think you're gonna steal my job at this rate.
Oh no, I would never do that. I like sleeping too much.
You know what? Me too.
You can keep the night shift.
All right. So what do you this is gonna be I don't know if I have to ask a mechanical question. I'm not
Yeah.
super keen on what
One
the
of
rules
us
are.
does.
I'm
One
just
of
gonna
us
be
has
like,
to
so
be the first one to ask a question.
so what do you make of all of this? Yeah.
I don't know. This is my first time at something like this. What do you make of all this? And I'm going to dance around the answer and ask a question of my own.
Oh man, you just hit me with the Uno reverse. Honestly, it's not my scene, to be perfectly honest. I am very much a louder music, cheaper food kind of person. I mean, I'm wearing my fanciest clothes and I still feel incredibly underdressed.
I like your shirt. It's very fancy.
I do too. It's my fanciest
it's-
shirt. I wear it for
It's
special occasions and
really
birthdays.
I mean, I'm really in my hoodie, but look how fancy I look. And Gertrude does a little spin.
You're not wearing a hoodie. You're wearing a dress.
No, that's the thing. Yazeba turned my hoodie into this. Luckily, it wasn't my Wormstonk hoodie. I was wearing one of my old hoodies today. Because I would have been upset if my new Wormstonk hoodie got turned into a dress.
Yeah.
So then I
think
could
it's
just
not the
like wear it all
Wormstonk
the
one.
time. Is there a dress code for being a porter? Could I wear gowns for that? That's going to be my question.
I just went to pick my plate with my other hand so I could. I'm RPing too much. Hold on. What are the
Your
What
choices
am I-
are sweep you off
There
your
we go.
feet and avoid the question, doing a bingo and giving you a token, dance around the answer and ask a question of your own, or miss a step and answer the question fully, taking a token and doing a whoopsie about it.
I will do that second one.
Okay.
The last one, sorry. I'll miss a
Okay.
step and answer the question fully. My whoopsie is going to be that I'm going to fake confidence and be like, you think Yazeba is going to decide what I wear? No. You neither. No, there's no clothes work. You can just wear whatever you want.
I mean,
I think that's what I do all the time.
He was always complaining about what I'm wearing. But maybe if I just wear a ball gown every
be
day
fair.
while I was working as a porter, she couldn't
Fair.
complain.
Gertrude.
Yeah.
Yazeba does kind of complain about everything. So might as well just have her complain about things that you're comfortable with, you know?
You know, yeah, you're right.
But I think you should totally wear dresses if that's what you want to wear.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could do that now.
I mean, yeah, you can. I don't think anyone's going to have a problem with it. And if they do, well, that's not their problem.
Whose problem is it? And that's going to be
Yazeba
my next
problem.
mechanical question.
Oh no. In that case, I think I'm just gonna down zero the answer and just be like, well, I mean, who do you think it would be a problem of?
And I am going to sweep you off your feet and avoid the question, doing a bingo and giving you the token. And I'm going to be like, it's okay. I know you'd look out for me, Sal. And I'm going to give you a genuinely sweet compliment.
I would. This is true. I do. You know, this food's really good. But I still prefer Parrish's food.
Yeah, Parrish is a good cook. Like a surprisingly good cook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I've ever eaten as well as I have in the bed and breakfast.
Me neither, actually. Well, I mean, I do like my party pizzas, but I guess Parrish is slightly above party pizza in good food taste.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you ever just like really crave bagel bites? And that's going to be my next question. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
I mean, who doesn't want bagel bites? That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do you ever miss bagel bites?
I sometimes. I mean, I can have them sometimes. But really,
is there a secret stash of bagel bites in the bed and breakfast no one is talking to me about? And I'm gonna assume the worst here.
All right. Well, and I was gonna just what? No, there's no, but you can probably like go out and like get them with your day porter money, right?
All right, I have a job.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
After this, we're going to the Quickie Mart to get.
You know what? I'll drive you.
You're the best.
I know. Can I count? I don't want anything out of it, but I'm just gonna count it as supporting someone creatively.
Yeah.
Bingo, just for fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, you're hungry for this thing? Sure,
I think you swapped off the feet, so you do get a token there. So you got all 3 tokens out of that scene.
I did?
Yep.
I thought you got one of them.
I think you got all 3.
Oh, yeah,
wait, no, I got 1. I gave you a genuinely sweet compliment. You're right.
I got all 2.
I got 1. You got 2. Never mind.
Well, there you go.
Who is next?
As your conversation ends, Yazeba appears behind Sal. Are you enjoying the canapes?
She's right behind me, right?
I gotta go.
And that was my first question.
Hey, what was the question again?
Are you enjoying the canapes?
I'm going to dance around the answer and ask a question of my own to you. I'm going to be like, well, I mean, I think the real question is, are you enjoying being here?
Oh, as much as I enjoy being anywhere. You
So
know,
no, got
for
it.
taking the night off tonight, I expect you to work extra hours for the rest of the week.
Of course. Of course. Yeah. I mean,
Well, at least we're on the
right.
same page.
of course, always. Always. I'm always on the
Here's the
same page.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the best thing you had to wear?
I am going to cry. No. Uh just this is I don't Sal is just as perplexed as I am. I guess I'll just miss a step and answer the question fully and just go, I mean, I it is, yes.
Hmm.
I it's my fancier clothes got ruined. But this is fine. This is fine. I mean, look, it looks like I have a tie. See? If you look at it from a different angle, and he kind of moves the shirt side to side, it looks like the tie is moving. See? Almost looks like a real tie.
You constantly impress me, Sal. You know that?
Wow. I mean, there's no need for flattery. Did you try the food? I'll make that my mechanical question just to distract because he gets very nervous when Yazeba speaks to him or looks in his general direction. Oh no, my Zoom's messing up. Never mind. Yeah.
As you redirect that question to Yazeba, Yazeba is going to answer the question behind the question to do a bingo and give you a token. So what she's going to say, it's so hard to wear two head things at one time. What she's going to say is, oh, fine. If you don't want to talk to me, I can leave. But let me do you a favor first.
Okay.
So answering the question honestly also gives me lets me do a bingo. And I just realized that one of Yazebas is pretty fun. So she points at your nice shirt.
It is very nice, yes.
Mm-hmm. And she says, you seem to be in the wrong place. Let me give you a new name.
Huh?
I named this shirt Chadwick. And suddenly it turns into a tailcoat.
I mean, thank you, Yazeba. I appreciate it. I'm gonna hand her a plate of half-eaten food that I was holding for Emily. You should still eat. Food's really good.
She is not going to hold her hands out for that.
Okay, as he just puts it back on top of the other plate he was holding. So how do you know Fire Lady?
Oh, the Candle Princess.
Yeah, her. That's what I said.
Take the last token. She's my goddaughter. I haven't seen her in years.
I didn't even know you had family.
Family is a stretch.
Well, I mean, you have she seems nice.
Oh, I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is. And that is all the tokens for this conversation.
Okay.
I got
just
one and you
imagine-
got two.
Okay, I just imagine Yazeba walks away and Sal just kind of just stays there like, I survived. What? Okay.
All right. Who wants to do the next scene?
I think maybe because Hiccup is still kind of by the table and Amelie may still be by the table, I think Hiccup would maybe go talk to Amelie. Thank you for saving my drink earlier. As you know, it wasn't my drink, but I accidentally knocked it over as I went to reach for something, and that was very kind of you to grab it before it could hit the ground.
Oh, that is not a problem. That is what I do. I clean things.
Well, it's still appreciated because had you not been there, it would have gotten on the floor and it would have been rather embarrassing. So do you come to events like this often?
No, this is my first one.
Oh, well, that's very exciting. I come to the events like this quite a lot, so I know a lot of kind of the little secrets and stuff to these things.
I would be delighted to hear them. I always like learning new things about interactions.
There's a lot of rules in an interaction like this, but I think one of the most important things to remember is that everyone's probably more worried about what they themselves are doing and not so worried about what you're doing. So you shouldn't be self-conscious or whatever about what you're doing at the event because everyone else is like, what does my hair look like? Is my outfit okay? And they're not worrying about, what you're looking like or doing. So you should have fun with it, is my advice.
Processing. I generally do not think what other people think about me. Or, I haven't before really considered that. I mostly just stick to my programming.
Do you like sticking to your programming?
Processing. I think Amelie kind of like blinks. Like you see like they're actually like LED lights and they definitely like blink and look as though they like close and open several times. And I think they are going to misstep and answer the question fully, taking a token but doing a whoopsie. So Amelie will take a token and the whoopsie that they are going to do is misunderstand ambiguity and nuance and just kind of like blink several times and then look back and be like, I do not know how to operate without my programming. I don't know what would happen to me without my programming or how I would function.
I understand that. It is nice to have, different rules and kind of things like that. And a routine and structure and things like that can be really nice. But it's nice if you ever have an inclination to do something different, to do something different. I used to have kind of a very strict set of rules set upon me. And you could kind of think of it like programming a bit. And I was made to perform as different things, even if I didn't really want to do those things. But then I started kind of realizing what I liked and disliked and worked on kind of, letting myself be those things.
How did you go about changing your programming? Routine.
I first noticed that I wasn't completely happy with the way it was and then started just doing slight little things differently. Like maybe my previous owners wanted me to button the sleeves all the way and I just, unbutton one of the sleeves a little bit. And it was a small little choice that I was making to assert my own empowerment and, kind of saying to myself that I could be what I wanted to be. And I started taking bigger and bigger steps to kind of, you know, like, oh, I did that and I liked that. That felt nice to me to be able to, wear a certain costume or something. So I tried to, put on maybe part of an accessory from that costume to the costume I was being made to wear. And that's how I kind of figured out what I liked. And I just kind of worked on doing that more and more.
Thank you. That is very interesting. I will certainly have to try to do that in the future.
You're welcome.
I wore a fun beanie the other day, and
Oh, good.
that was great. I can
Good.
do that all of the time then.
Yes, you can. I give you permission. If you need to hear someone say you have permission to do that, you do. It's great to do things like that. I'm glad to hear that you've done that.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It sounds as though you have had a very interesting journey. Thank you for sharing that with me.
You're very welcome.
Did I see you putting bread in your sleeve earlier?
Yes, you may have seen that.
Is that part of your routine, or did you pick that up later?
I picked that up later. I was taught to never put bread in my sleeves, but I realized I like having leftovers for later.
That also makes sense to me. I do not process food yet. I have been looking for programming to process food because I have heard it is great.
It is great. I hope you find it someday because like bread's really good. If you got to think of it this way, if it's something that people are willing to put up their fancy sleeves at an event to take home with them, it's something worth trying to find programming to be able to process it so you can know what bread tastes like someday. You have to try it with a little bit of jam and butter. It's very good. If you have the chance someday.
I will record that information for later. And I know that wasn't technically a question, but I think Amelie is going to do a bingo and give Hiccup a token, and
Cool.
they are going to process a feeling that is not in their index, which is about people taking bread because it looks good and keeping things up their sleeves. But perfect.
Cool. Would you like to dance by any chance? Do you like dancing?
I do like dancing. I was talking to the Candle Princess earlier, and I have downloaded several different dances for the occasion after Miss Yazeba let me know that I was going to be coming.
If you'd like to try one of those out, we can go do that now.
Yes, I certainly would like to go do that. And yeah, Amelie will
Hiccup
go.
kind of takes Amelie's arm and kind of walks up to the dance floor with them, and they start dancing. And Hiccup kind of probably shows them some moves and stuff that maybe, I don't know if Amelie can learn things to add to their program, but Hiccup's trying to teach them with the intent that like, you can add this to, you've learned these things, you're really good. Those things you learned are really cool. You can try doing something like this and add that to it. And, it's a cool little move to know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think Amelie does kind of like modifies their dancing routines as they go along, and is kind of making tiny changes in their or adding like steps to their programming.
Cool.
As they go about it, which is very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Perfect.
That was a cute scene. It was just like I hoped.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just realized I made my name in chat Gertrude. Gertrude is gonna go find Yazeba wherever she is.
Unsurprisingly, she's kind of off in a corner sipping a drink and generally being just standoffish enough that no one else is dumb enough to approach her.
Yazeba.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't realize that the Candle Princess was going to be so cool and ask me for a birthday present. And I just found out about this party, like when you turned my hoodie into a dress to come here. Where can I get her a birthday present? And that's going to be my question I'm going to ask.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to pirouette it. Well, that wholly depends. What is it exactly you want to give the princess as a gift?
Well, I mean, she's a princess. She probably has everything she wants. So I should give her something like small and sentimental that like reminds her of me, right? Like that's what
Mm-hmm. Keep
princesses
going.
want. That's what happens in the Heart Sword books. So I need to get her something like small and sentimental that would remind her of me, but all my clothes got turned into a gown. I don't even have pockets anymore.
Please tell me you're not going to give her your clothes.
I usually have stuff in my pockets, Yazeba.
What could you possibly have in your pockets?
Stuff. At least 2 or 3 atomic fireballs at any given time. I had my wallet. Oh man, will I get my wallet back? I had the book Edmund gave me. I had a bottle of ink.
Okay. So, I would actually love to continue this scene after this, but this is a dance ending move. But Yazeba says, "Fine, let me help you with that." And she makes a few arcane gestures in the air and uses her magic to make the situation worse. All of your personal belongings begin spilling out of your gown onto the floor.
Like all of them from the bed and breakfast.
Yes, it starts off with what was in your pockets, but sure enough, as you know, the horror continues, you realize that it's gradually summoning all of your personal belongings into the space where they are falling onto the floor, and you have nowhere to put them.
Okay. Oh no. Oh. I'm like trying to work them into a pile, and I think that'll end our scene. Gertrude will go find Yazeba again later.
That sounds good. I would love to do more. You're welcome.
So who gets all the tokens? You get all the tokens, I think, when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you collect all the leftover tokens. So you just get all 3 tokens.
I'll take these. You take the garbage.
I think the Candle Princess kind of does like a little skip hop over the mess and like very gracefully, and then glides over and sidles up next to Sal, who has been is in tails. Hello.
The temperature just kind of hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Has your cheese congealed?
Hello.
Would you like me to melt your cheese?
Eh?
Nothing. I see now that you're perfectly dressed for a dance. Would you like to dance with me? Can you dance? Do I need to change the music?
Sorry, I was in the middle of dying. I can technically, by definition, dance. Just not to this type of music.
What type of music would you like to dance to?
Well, I mean,
this is my party. I can choose the music.
Sure. I really like heavy metal.
She points at Amelie.
Not literally heavy metal. It's a type of music. It's like a subdivision of like rock. It's got a lot of drums and electric guitars, and it goes meow, meow. I'm gonna hold on. I have that's a whoopsie, which is make light of something important, referring to talking to the freaking princess being the important thing. Not even for a token. I'm just because that's just how my style acts. it just, and I'm just gonna air guitar because I technically know how to play the guitar. So Sal just starts faking it.
Oh,
Just
I've
like that.
seen something similar. Let me try. And she's going to go and tell the band to
God.
do something more upbeat. And then come back and she's like, drums? You'll be fine. I'll lead. And then she pulls you onto the dance floor before you can say no.
Okay, all right. Well, Sal has like 3 left feet. If you thought Gertrude was bad,
It's a lot of she does a move,
no.
waits for you to also do the move, and then laughs when you do the move incorrectly. And she's got this like kind of like tittering laugh, and it's very charming. But she is having a sport with you. And she says, so I saw you speaking with Gertrude, who's made quite a mess. What can you tell me about her?
well, she makes messes sometimes.
Really? This is
Yeah.
a typical activity for her.
I mean, yeah, kind of. Honestly, kind of, yeah. She's a great person, though. Like, the messes are kind of like a so quirky kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's good at her job. She makes my job easier, which is usually a good thing.
Yes, I say that about my handmaidens all the time.
I imagine.
It's good to have good help.
Yeah.
Oh, and
you
that
say
was my
about
question, by the way. So like that was my mechanical. Like you could have you answered it honestly.
He answered it completely honestly.
Yeah.
Just I'm still going to keep doing the make light of something important. Whoopsie. He's just talking to the princess of this entire nation, just like a random friend at a normal party, just like,
Just
oh
some
yeah, no,
regular old
she's great.
16-year-old girl.
Yep.
Perf.
What about you? Do you like doing messes from time to time, or is it always like this clean and spotless? That'll probably be my question.
He's going to swerve and say, "Would a princess ever make a mess?" And then twirl and walk away.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the dance, Fire Lady.
So I think that was giving 2 tokens because I didn't answer.
Oh, I take 2 tokens.
I think so.
I think you take another token, right? Because I did a.
You did.
Oh no, I
Technically,
think I take all 3, right?
I think you
think
take all
so.
3 because you
I
should have
think you
gotten the tokens for giving all the answers earlier too and doing
Yes.
a whoopsie. So you're just getting all the
Cha-ching.
tokens. Yeah.
I have my D4s as my tokens because I like D4s and I want an excuse to use them. I walk back to the food.
Well, I think Amelie sees a mess on the floor. So Amelie has tracked down the mess on the floor and sees Gertrude crouched down with the mess on the floor and looks over and goes, Gertrude, why are your belongings here and on the floor?
I think it's like it's just like an incomprehensible mess on this floor, and Gertrude is like neatly trying to like pile things and find like tables to set stuff on, but it is just a total disaster. And she's like, I don't. Yazeba summoned all my stuff. I said I couldn't get to my stuff because she made my pockets disappear, and now all my stuff is here at the party. My dirty laundry's here.
Well, no, now you can get to your...
The Candle Princess is gonna see it.
Now you can get to your stuff. Is that what you had wanted? It
I
sounds...
don't want it at the party. All of my stuff. I just wanted...
What did you want?
I wanted to... Do you see anything in here that would be a good gift for a princess? And that's gonna be my question. I think
I
things are popping out of Gertrude's pockets that are like friendship bracelets she had in 3rd grade that had been lost that are now just being resummoned.
I think Amelie is actually going to do a bingo and sweep you off your feet and avoid the question and give you a token, and is looking closely at the complicated tangle of things, which is now your things, and glances about the room. And kind of is like staring, going processing. I found a space that we could hide your things for now. Let us clean that up.
Oh my gosh. Please, where?
Over here. And I think Amelie has found like not like a coat closet, I think is what like a coat check kind of area, and immediately just starts shuffling Gertrude's things over there.
Like, if you're talking about a coat check, I can imagine a poor worker there, like tagging every single item and putting it like back behind.
A little fairy coat check.
Oh my gosh, perfect. That can
Hello,
absolutely be
I'd like
happening.
to check this hamper of dirty laundry.
Do not worry. I can help you tag these items. Please just let us keep them here. They do not belong on the floor. And Amelie then looks back at Gertrude after they get everything cleaned up.
Yeah.
What do you want to, and I think her question is, why would you give the the candle princess a gift?
It's her birthday.
This is correct.
Remember, you got me a bottle of ink for my birthday?
No, I gave you a book. A ghost book.
Who gave me the bottle of ink?
I believe the Jekarin visitor gave you the book.
Right, that makes sense.
Or the ink. I am the one who got you the book because you told me about that movie Ghostbusters, which I actually also
really
told
good.
the Candle Princess about. The Candle Princess now knows what the
told her I
Ghostbusters
liked
is.
a better movie than Ghostbusters.
I thought the Ghostbusters was a fine film.
I mean, yeah, it's the best movie ever made, but like, she's a princess. She probably likes like sophisticated movies.
From the conversation that we had, it sounded like the Candle Princess does not see a lot of movies. They are busy being a princess.
Well, then the first movie she sees should be Ghostbusters. No, that's right.
Do you have a copy of Ghostbusters in your rabble of things?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Excuse me, coat check. I need a copy of Ghostbusters. And I think Gertrude gets her copy of Ghostbusters out of the coat check. It's a really good idea.
There you go. Now you have a gift for the Candle Princess. Please do not spill your things again, or ask Yazeba to bring them here. That was unfortunate.
I didn't ask Yazeba to bring them here. I just told Yazeba I wanted to get my stuff.
Oh, then...
Does Yazeba always take things so literally? And that's another question, mechanically.
Processing. I think... Actually, I really want to do this. I think that at the question, you can see Amelie's display gets like a tiny sweat drop. And Amelie is going to do a whoopsie and say, I don't know. I don't talk to Yazeba much. I mostly just listen to their orders and do what I am told, and then shuts down and deactivates. And the little sleep sign comes up, and Amelie has gone to sleep as her whoopsie, as their whoopsie.
I think you can take the other 2 tokens there because you have entirely shut down. I broke Amelie again. Coach Chet, could I get a dolly? And I think I put Amelie in a dolly and start wheeling her back out to the dance. Hiccup, we haven't seen you in a little while. Do you have anyone else you want to talk to?
Yeah, I think Hiccup would want to dance with the Candle Princess.
Okay.
She's currently drinking champagne with her friends.
Cool. Hiccup would walk up casually and give a little wave because they don't want to interrupt what she's doing, but just kind of try to connect with her to see if she, goes away from her friends at that point or keeps trying to talk to them to see if she seems interested.
She sees you wave and says, "How charming," and will come over and say, "Hello, you're new."
Yes, I am. My name is Hiccup. What's your name?
I have only ever been called the princess.
Oh, well, I'll call you that then.
Perfect. Nice to meet you, Hiccup.
Nice to meet you too. Would you like to dance?
Yes. I very much enjoy your outfit.
Thank you very much. Some people gave me some kind of funny looks as I came in because I know it's a little bit more colorful than some of the people's outfits here, but it's something I like to wear. So I'm glad that you like it too.
So many of the people here are boring.
That is definitely very true. So what do you think of the party? Are you enjoying yourself?
I love parties, even when they're these ones where we all have to dress up. And I was a little bit, they all were talking about my outfit as well, because as you can see, I'm wearing pants.
I noticed that, and I think that's a very good style choice.
Thank you. I said, I am 16. I'm going to wear pants. And
Good for
Father
you.
was not pleased, but I did it anyway.
Well, I'm proud of you. Hiccup tries to go give her a high five. You just pat the hand gently. It's a celebratory thing.
Oh, I pat your hand.
Yeah, you pat. I hold my hand up like this, and you just gently touch it. There, just like that.
That's so silly.
Yeah, it is. I'm sure it's something they probably didn't teach you. I'm sure they taught you a lot of types of handshakes and stuff, but that's another way you can greet people. It can be a lot of fun.
Princesses are asked to curtsy when they meet new people, but the high five is a very good way to touch people.
Yeah, it's a great kind of thing you can do to celebrate or something like that. Like you wouldn't greet someone new like, "Hey there," probably, but someone says something and you're proud of them or they do something cool, then it's a great thing to do.
Fantastic. I'm going to try this later with my handmaidens. But for now, are you enjoying the party?
I am enjoying the party. I like going to parties like this. I always like seeing everyone's outfits and the dancing, and there's always good food and things like that. So it's always a lot of fun to just kind of get out of the house and see what's going on.
Have you talked with anybody interesting? And that's going to be her question.
I have. Everyone here is very, very interesting. I did talk to Yazeba. She seemed a little bit, stressed. And I talked to Amelie. They were cool. I danced with them. And then also I talked to Gertrude, who I've not seen at a party before, but she seemed cool. I saw she made a mess, but it looks like she's got that figured out. So
yes, she did make a mess.
Do you know Gertrude?
I don't. I just met her tonight. She's very interesting.
She
What did
is.
you learn about her?
I just saw her over by the food table, and I kind of came over to talk to her about some things. We just had a little chat.
So are you swerving the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also trying to avoid mentioning the fact that they taught her how to take bread.
Yeah. So giving no answer, but 2 tokens to the princess. So that's 2 tokens for me.
Cool,
right?
cool.
Is that how that works? And then, okay. I think it's your turn to ask a question.
Hiccup would probably ask if you, like, when you become queen, or I'm assuming that happens at some point, what do you think about kind of changing the dress code for an event like this to make it so more people can wear pants? Like, is that the kind of thing you're interested in doing when you get promoted?
I hadn't really thought about it. I've always kind of hoped that I could be in charge. It's really up to my father, and if I'm being honest with you. But I think it would be very nice to be in charge and to make things more fun. And I think pants are very fun because look what I can do. And then she like does this like little like fancy leap thing. Can't do that in a dress, can you?
No, you can't. Hiccup tries to copy what she just did, and in the process of doing so, a bread roll falls out of their sleeve.
Where did that come from?
Don't know. I think it maybe came from the ceiling, maybe.
I don't think that's true.
Hiccup gets closer. It came out of my sleeve.
Are you taking food from the table home with you?
Yes, I am. I don't have quite as much food at home, and there's very nice food here. So, like, I have enough, but I sometimes it's kind of hard to get.
Oh. Well, I think I will have Chef put a basket together for you to take home with you.
Hiccup looks emotional at this point. This is like one of the nicest things anyone's done for them in a while.
Come. Don't get emotional. Let's go talk to the chef. And she'll take
Hiccup.
you off to talk with Chef
Cool.
and introduce you and get you set up so that when you go home, you have all the food you can carry.
Hey, and not having to hide it in my sleeves.
All right. Gertrude is going to beeline back for Yazeba. All right. That was actually a good idea, Yazeba. When I saw my stuff laid out like that, like I was able to find some really good presents.
Well, did you find what you were looking for?
I got a DVD copy of Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. It's a double pack. And this friendship bracelet that a friend who reminded me of the Candle Princess made for me in 3rd grade that I thought I had lost, but I found it tonight in all my stuff. And I thought the Candle Princess would like that.
Well, if you're dead set on leading with the Ghostbusters,
Do you think I should lead with the friendship bracelet? That's going to be my first question.
Ooh. Do you think you should lead with the friendship bracelet?
Now that I'm thinking about it, Ghostbusters is good, but the friendship bracelet is like kind of like this like bigger meaning. But maybe I want to give that like I want to build to it. Do I want to be like, I got you this friendship bracelet and Ghostbusters, or Ghostbusters and the No. I see what you're doing, Yazeba. You're absolutely right. I should lead with the friendship bracelet. And
Good.
You always give such good advice, Yazeba, and I'm going to give someone a genuinely sweet compliment.
And don't you dare tell anybody. Next thing I know, they'll all be coming asking for my advice. While we're at it, the next time someone asks you your favorite movie, just say The Princess Bride. It's a safe choice. It's critically acclaimed. Nobody dislikes it.
I do like it. Wow. You know what? I will keep it totally secret that you give good advice. And I'm going to keep a secret that I should keep as a bingo. And you get another token.
Much appreciated. Why are you still here? Do you have other questions for me?
Are we going to be able to fit everything back into the magical flying car to get it back home, or is it going to be in the coat check forever?
Worst case scenario, it's here when you want it. Maybe pick your 10 favorite things.
Right. I gotta go think about that.
If it were me, I'd take my things and leave the lot of you.
Do you really mean that?
Oh, that's so sad. Okay, as you say that, and Gertrude seems to be genuinely asking, Yazeba sighs. No, of course not. Don't make me say any more.
Of course
Take
not.
take a token.
Okay. And Gertrude will curtsy like she's learned to do, and is going to head off with her copy of Ghostbusters and friendship bracelet. All right.
I have a really funny scene in my head. What I was actually thinking before that scene is it'd be really funny to come back to Yazeba, just kind of like standing next to the deactivated Amelie with a drink and just being like, this is why you're my favorite.
I love that, and I would love for that to be the scene.
Yeah. I
Someone
think
does start,
Gertrude
like-
has set up Amelie like by a fountain.
Right. Someone begins to approach, and Yazeba just says, don't you see we're having a conversation?
Perfect. I love that. And you know what? Let me see. I was gonna say, can I do a whoopsie and just stay shut down? Like Amelie's just gonna
say
Amelie's just gonna
that's enough.
Nope.
Yep.
Amelie's not gonna wake up.
Go ahead and take your haul of tokens.
Yeah, all 3 tokens.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
just take them.
Oh my gosh, hell yeah. Oop, sorry. Can you say hell? I don't know what the rules are. I don't remember, even though I'm on another stream that's also
I mean, that
PG-13.
title did have the other word in it, right?
But that wasn't our title. That was a
Oh, it's a different with a different
A
show.
mistake.
Okay, never mind.
We'll pretend I never said it. But yeah, sweet. I love that. So yeah, Amelie's still just hanging out by the fountain, deactivated.
We have
With
3 more
Yazeba.
dances to get through. Who wants to have another scene? Is there anyone who hasn't talked that wants to talk to each other, or is there anyone who wants to revisit someone?
Hiccup hasn't talked to Sal yet.
Okay.
This is true.
Is Sal still over by the food table?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hiccup kind of creeps up behind him and is like, I heard you talking about pizza earlier. I know how to make pizza from the stuff that's here.
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Hiccup. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself.
Oh,
I was preoccupied with ideas of pizza.
I don't blame you. That sounds like I would probably, yeah. Hi, I'm Sal. It's not sure for anything. It's just Sal.
That's okay. Hiccup's not short
Yep.
for anything else either.
I would be surprised if it was. So you said pizza, right?
Yes. And then Hiccup goes and it's like, did you hear about the cheese bread things?
I did.
Okay.
I don't remember who told me because I have the attention span of a goldfish. But I do remember that somebody mentioned those. Not
So you
quite
take
a
the cheese.
pizza.
Pardon?
level, though.
Pardon? No, a
Oh,
pizza lover is not. Who told you that?
No, I'm saying the breads are not at pizza level. Like they're
No,
good.
no,
but...
they're not. But if you take the bread
Mhm.
and you heat it up a little bit, over there's a bunch of candles in the room. You hold it over there. You put your cheese on top. You can rewarm the cheese on top and make it less congealed. And then you proceed to there's some like tomato bruschetta. So you're gonna take a scoop of that. Hiccup goes and like shows him, and then you kind of smear it around. And then there's some like charcuterie meats and things. You take those and you put those on top. Now it's no pizza, but it's the closest to pizza you're going to get in this venue.
Good. Oh.
Fancy pizza.
I don't recognize some of the words that you used, but having watched you do it, I'll do it too. And Sal's just gonna do the same thing. Not sure why these things are called these things. Now I'm gonna eat the thing. Surprisingly good.
Are you enjoying the party?
No. not my type of scene. That's why I'm over here. If there was any pets, I would have gone with them, but this party doesn't even have that.
You changed outfits. I think that's interesting.
Well, it wasn't so much as I change outfits. That's my boss have found another reason to not be proud of me.
If my boss gave me free fancy clothes, I'd be really excited.
Well, the problem is this isn't free.
Oh, well then I wouldn't
Just-
be as excited then.
That's the problem. My boss, whenever they do anything that seems nice, is because they expect something in return, and that's usually more work.
So I take it you don't really like working for your boss?
It's a complicated thing there. It's one of those things where it's just like, I could explain to you, but it would probably take about a book that big with like over like 80 chapters of information in it.
Yeah, I get the gist of what you're saying,
Yeah.
even without understanding all the little details.
My boss is Yazeba, and I
I
towards
didn't realize
Yazeba.
that.
Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
have you worked for her?
Feels like 12 years. What about you? Why are you here? What are you are you also fancy?
I'm not quite as fancy as I look. I
thank
definitely
God.
didn't. I definitely wasn't born into this. I had to kind of build myself from the ground up. I actually used to belong to some people, and they just kind of like, oh, you're going to wear this costume and perform, and they didn't particularly care about what I wanted to do or what I wanted to look like or what my hobbies were, and kind of broke away from that. So since then, I've kind of been just doing my own thing and figuring out what I want to do, and kind of as an example of that, I like Hiccup gets closer to Sal. I snuck into this party. I wasn't invited here.
You're officially the coolest person I've met here.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. It took
Well,
a lot for me to
I've-
become this. So
I was there a long time ago. I used to be completely different, but then I found music, and it was like a completely different person.
oh, that's so cool. That sounds like a kind of a similar thing to what happened with me.
Yeah. Do you play any instruments?
No, I mean, technically, yes. I do play the xylophone, but people say it doesn't sound very good. So I'm still trying.
Oh, nonsense. I mean, music is music, right? As long as you're playing it from the heart, it doesn't really matter what other people think of it.
True. Is there a xylophone in this room by any chance?
Is there a xylophone in this room by any chance?
Sure. I
Okay.
Yeah,
think up
right
on
over
the
there.
stage there's a xylophone. Oh,
Hiccups.
like it's off the stage.
Hiccup sneaks towards the stage and then very quietly tries to play the xylophone along with the music that's playing, but it's kind of off key because they keep hitting kind of the wrong notes. And they're kind of looking to see if anyone else at the party even notices.
Oh, here. This is how what you have to do, right? And I'm going to take my time and get it right to teach Hiccups a little bit musical theory on the xylophone. And be like, so first of all, you have to hit each plate and not in between the plates, right? Because
Oh.
if you hit in between the plates, you hit two notes rather than
Oh.
one. You don't want that, right?
That makes sense.
And he's gonna do that, but he's also kind of making sure that he's kind of half covering Hiccup. So it's kind of body blocking the view.
Especially because I'm sure what they're doing does not go along with the rest of the music.
Not at all. I no. Sal's teaching you, but he's not teaching you what they're playing. He's teaching you something he considers a lot better. So he's like teaching, I don't know, Into the Fire and Flames or something. And then there's like waltz music in the background.
I've not heard this kind of music before. It's really cool. Normally I just listen to music that's like classical, good to do ballet to and things, but I appreciate you teaching me this. You helped expand my horizons.
If you want to expand your horizons, and I pull out a burner CD from my pocket, you should listen to this. It's not perfect, but that is my album. I wrote the music and I played it in there with the band that I'm a part of.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's one of those things where it's like, you may like it, you may not, but
Well, it will still be
I
something
like
new
it.
to explore either way. So I appreciate you
Exactly.
giving it to me. I know it's
Yeah.
not easy to kind of express yourself in front of people. So I appreciate you sharing this with me.
See, I
Pick
like
up
you.
like tuxedo
You're
in their
cool.
jacket.
They're
Thank
cool.
you. You're cool
Do you
too,
know-
and I
just-
appreciate the teaching.
If you want to learn more about music, or you just want to hang out sometime, Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, you should totally drop by.
She told me never to come by, and I did make a pinky promise that I can't. So you're gonna have to leave the bed and breakfast if you want to teach me music.
Nonsense.
She's kind of intimidating, and I
She
pinky
is,
promised
yeah.
her.
But I'm like the night porter, so I'm technically the person who decides who comes in or out. So it's like, as long as we're not too loud and she doesn't notice, like you can, it's fine.
What if I stay outside the building? Does that count? Them not breaking the pinky promise?
Well, but what was her phrasing specifically?
She said she didn't want me showing up or dropping by. I can't remember exactly what she said.
Because she said dropping by, if you walk in, you should be fine.
I just can't come in through the ceiling. Is that what you're saying?
Depends on the phrasing. That's the thing. If she said dropping by, you can't fall into the building, so you can walk in. But if she says show up, then just become invisible or something and then walk in. And then you're technically not showing up because nobody can see you.
I'll have to learn how to become invisible. But if she said drop by, if I like rappel down from the ceiling, like in a spy movie, could I do that, you think? Because I'm not dropping in, I'm not falling. As long as I don't fail at dropping in.
Well, the problem with that is that it would be very close to falling. So maybe
Okay.
she'll think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
I
if-
don't want to cross that line, so you know.
Yeah, yeah. So no, yeah, that's it.
Well,
I'm gonna
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm gonna
definitely
just
have to
gotta,
stop by.
I have to go get more food because my friend Emily hasn't eaten all day, and if she doesn't get her food, she gets cranky. So
Well, you
I'm
you
just-
go do that. Thank you. And thank you for the CD and the lessons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get more food for myself.
2 dances left.
Did you say 2 left or 1 left?
2 left. Do you want to go find your goddaughter?
I do, but
Do you want to do
However-
that as the very last scene?
yeah, that's what
I was
Nikki
hoping.
wanted.
Okay.
I think.
Then I
it's
think
gonna be-
Gertrude is going to come find the candle princess then.
Oh, okay. Is this the part where this isn't the part where I'm supposed to like?
No, this is
No,
you
that's,
getting gifts.
End of the chapter, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Got it. Perfect. Oh, the gifts. Okay.
Yeah. And I think like Gertrude is walking up and like curtsying to everyone on the way. And it's like, Your Highness.
Princess is fine.
Oh, yes, princess. I got you a birthday present.
But you were my birthday present.
Right. But I also got you. Your present got you a present, which is like the
Oh.
best present.
Okay, sure.
So this, and I think she pulled out kind of a ratty friendship bracelet with like a little star charm on it. This is a friendship bracelet that I got in 3rd grade. And I can't remember the name of the person who made it for me, but I do remember that she was like pretty and a good dancer. And like it made me think of you. And
Aw.
when I saw this, I was like, oh, like it's like giving it back to someone who like, yeah.
Friendship bracelet.
Yeah.
How nice.
Do you want me to put it on you? And that's going to be one of my questions.
Sorry, my dog's whining. She goes, oh, well, And she like looks at her outfit and looks at the bracelet and then looks back at, sure. And she'll like pull her sleeve up so that you can like tie it around her wrist.
Mhm.
And then after you're done, she just kind of slyly
It
pulls her
looks
sleeve
so good
back
on you.
down.
It matches your I like your pants, by the way. It's very
you.
unexpected.
Yes, that was the goal.
This is my first time actually wearing a dress, and I really like it. And Gertrude does a spin.
It's very nice. Where did you get it?
Yazeba made it for me.
Yazeba made it for you.
Yeah,
Wow, that's so nice of her.
she's this is a secret.
Okay.
She's actually really nice.
Well, she was always nice to me when I was younger.
I don't think she likes me, but like she's really nice.
I don't think she likes anybody.
Yeah. She just acts mean to like keep people.
She's
like-
also very interesting, though. She brings interesting people with her.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, does that mean me too? And that's my second question.
She boops you on the nose again. Of course it does.
Oh, I got the second part of your gift here.
Oh, there's more than one. Okay.
You told me you'd never seen Ghostbusters.
I don't even know what a Ghostbuster is.
Well, you're about to.
Okay.
I got you Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on DVD.
And she holds it and she goes, "This is a Ghostbuster. Interesting.
Well, it's a movie. You put it in a DVD player.
What's a DVD player?"
You know what? You have one now.
I do?
You have all of my stuff, actually.
I do?
Except for, well, I have 10 of my things. It's all in the coat check, but you'll get it at the end of the night. It'll end up in Lost and Found. There'll be a thing called a DVD player. Well, actually, it's called a PlayStation 2. And then you can plug that in and plug the other end into your TV. There should be a TV in there too.
That's
And
right.
then you put the disc in, and then you're going to push the X button on the controller.
That's so many words for
And-
I don't understand.
You'll get to watch Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. You know, I think I've heard of something like that. My great uncle Ferdinand was a Ghostbuster, I think.
Really?
Yeah, a Ghostbuster like hunts ghosts and then makes them explode, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I know what a Ghostbuster is. That's
Yeah,
lovely.
well, this is a comedy movie about Ghostbusters.
Uncle Ferdinand is quite serious.
Well, one of them is serious. Egon is like the serious one.
Does he wear spectacles?
He does.
Fantastic. That's always the mark of a serious person, isn't it?
It is.
Well, thank you very much. These are very nice gifts.
Yeah. I'm glad you like them. And if you still want me to be your gift, I can be your gift still as well too.
I think I shall have you back to the palace to show me how to use this. You said a PlayStation.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2. Oh, there's more than one.
I think there's like 5 of them now.
Not in the coat check.
No, not in the code check. I only had a PlayStation 2 and a
Ooh.
Nintendo 64. You have that too.
And then what's a Nintendo 64? Are there 63 other ones of it?
No.
I'm sorry,
Why
I'm
is
quite
it a 60?
confused.
You know, I'm confused too. Why was it the 64?
Beats me. Anyway, I shall have you back to the palace some other time so that you can show me how to use the PlayStation 2 and how to watch Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Of course. Thank you, Princess. And she curtsies.
Do you like popcorn?
I love popcorn.
I will make sure there is plenty of popped corn.
Thank you. And I think I'm going to, as I leave, do the bingo, show off a cool skill people didn't know I have. And I think she's going to do, like, her curtsies have gotten really good by the end.
Okay.
She's been doing it so much, like her curtsies are actually like perfect. But she curtsies everyone on the way back to the food.
She curtsies us back at you and much improved.
Thank you.
Okay, that is
Right.
a fun fact, Joel. Very fun fact.
Last dance.
So the princess is going to hand her Ghostbusters DVDs over to an attendant and
Mhm.
say, there's something called a PlayStation tube in the coat check. I'd like you to put this with it. And a TV?
Of course.
We shall learn how to use it later. And then she's going to go find, she's going to skip over to Yazeba.
Oh, perfect timing.
Hello, godmother.
It's nice to see you. It's been a while.
It's nice to see you as well. I'm so glad you came. You brought very many interesting guests.
I'm glad you think so. Your godmother's stogie has gone out.
Oh, here.
Would you care to give her a light?
Yeah, absolutely. And she leans forward.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you enjoying yourself?
Not at all.
Good.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why did you invite me?
Oh, well, I find you just ever so interesting and not at all like Mother. And I figured you'd be the kind of person who would appreciate what I'm wearing. And she looks at her pants. Because you yourself are a little bit unconventional.
I like your choice.
Thank you. I like your fascinator. It's very nice.
Thank you. It was getting too warm. I took it off. It's on
Well,
a chair over there.
it's quite warm here. I'm used to it though.
I imagine you are.
Are you ready to do your speech?
We have some time yet.
That's true. She's going to ask you a question now. She's going to say, so, you know why I invited you? Why did you accept the invitation? You don't seem to like parties.
Truth be told, I don't. Not at all, really. But I am your godmother, and it is an obligation. Plus, truth be told, I thought it would be good for Gertrude.
It would be good for Gertrude to do what to go to a ball.
To interact with other girls her age, such as yourself.
Oh,
Sometimes I'm afraid that her and I are a little too similar. I see a lot of myself in her.
you do?
I do.
But she seems like she enjoys the party.
I hope she does. The poor thing works so hard. I see it. Don't tell her I said that. But
Mom's the word.
she has a lot of potential. And alone in a bed and breakfast is no place for someone with a heart. So
That's true. Which is why I'm so glad that you have guests.
hmm.
I think you need people around you.
Time will tell whether that is right. Just do me a favor and don't stop doing what you're doing.
You mean the pants? I might put it on the invitations next year that the ladies may wear pants.
I'm sure your parents would love that.
I'm sure they won't. I'm going to do it anyway.
Atta girl.
Well, thank you for coming. It's been very nice to see you, and I've really enjoyed your friends that you brought along.
I'm glad. It was nice to see you as well. But I'm afraid you've exhausted all of the candor I had for this evening, so I'm ready to go make my speech now.
Wonderful. I'm excited to hear it. And she'll curtsy and go to her head table and just wait.
Right. What does Yazeba's speech look like?
Oh my gosh.
You don't have to give the speech, but is it
Oh no, I can give the speech.
okay? Great.
Goody, I'm so
Um,
excited to hear this speech.
Yazeba puts out her cigar in someone's drink, and then like picks up a glass. I'm gonna pretend like that wasn't a paintbrush and a mug of tea, so that's why I was off camera. All right, everyone. I'd like to make a toast. Now, I've never counted you lot among my friends, but I have seen you at your best and I have seen you at your worst. And truth be told, I've never been able to tell the difference. But we're all here together, hopelessly entangled in each other's lives despite our best wishes. I disliked many of you at first, but after so many years, I've realized that I simply can't imagine my life without you. Just as I can't imagine waking up without lower back pain and dry mouth. If you are hoping for words of endearment, well, then you should have chosen a different godmother. But before we partake of this wholly adequate night, one last gift. For to her youngest majesty, I give the gift of prophecy. 16 candles on her cake mark 16 times she'll make mistakes. 16 years to find her spark, but 16 more to leave her mark. 16 hours still to choose, but 16 minutes left to lose. 16 thoughts alone in bed mean 16 hopes may turn to dread. But fate is not a certainty. You've just one life. Choose carefully. And then she just walks off.
Amelie powers on at that moment and starts clapping.
The princess, out of decorum, starts clapping, but she's looking wildly around at people like, what the heck? What is happening?
Sal's gonna start clapping and he's gonna lean to whoever's the closest. He's gonna be like, that's Yazeba for you.
Hiccup starts clapping kind of confusedly, especially because a lot of that's like, you're my friends, and Hiccup's like, I've never seen her before. Good night.
I think the princess is a little overwhelmed by the prophecy and is going to go take some air.
And I think Gertrude will come out with the princess as she goes to get air. That was a lot.
That was a lot.
Are you doing okay?
I'm fine, really. I don't know what I expected. Yazeba does as she does, and that's it, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. I don't think she likes me either.
Does she really like anybody?
No, I guess not.
It's kind of interesting, right? A person who doesn't like people hosting a bed and breakfast. I think it's all talk.
I think she likes people. I think she doesn't like me.
I think she doesn't like people. I think she needs them. Enough talk about her. Let's talk about you.
Me?
Yeah.
What about me?
Well, I think that you are not as confident as you should be. And I don't think you spend enough time with girls your own age. So I'm definitely going to have you back at the castle. And I think that you have a solid head on your shoulders. You have a job, and that's pretty cool. And I think that you care quite a lot about others. That's what I think.
I think you're right. Wow, you learned all that about me tonight?
Well, I've had a lot of training in understanding the ways of people and being observant of their personalities so that I don't have any faux pas based upon misunderstandings. It's
Well,
in my training.
I clearly need to come back more. All I got is that you like pants.
Well, what does me liking pants tell you about me? It's an unconventional choice.
It is. You're kind of like, you're secretly rebellious.
I have my ways.
Yeah. And anytime you want, you can come to the bed and breakfast too.
I think if I got Father's permission, I could take my own coterie and go to the bed and breakfast for a trip.
I don't have a room yet. I share Sal's room. But
Ooh. His second outfit was quite nice, but he does look like sharing a room with him is very interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What
There's
does it smell like?
A lot of congealed cheese.
Ooh, yeah. I didn't want to say that he looks like he might smell. But yes. Well, can I give the scented candle?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So she'll say, well, I have just the thing for that. Congealed cheese smell. Cheese doesn't really stay congealed around me. And then she'll reach into a little bag that she has and she goes, we give out these little favor boxes with, and I think you missed it because you came in with a whole group and then you danced with me and then you spilled all your things and so here, and she hands you like a very fancy box with a ribbon.
Yeah, I think Gertrude sniffs it, like opens it up and like sees it's a candle and sniffs it and it's like, it smells like the party.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I had the best candle makers on it. They were
I bet.
The princess scent.
Yeah. Thank you. It looks like Yazeba's getting tired. We better get her back. And I have to decide which of my 10 things I'm going to exchange for this candle because Yazeba said I can only keep 10.
I'm sorry?
The rest of my things are in your coat check. I'll come get them when we watch Ghostbusters.
Okay.
It's nice meeting you. Yeah.
And she curtsies as well.
And I think Gertrude runs back to the pile of stuff she's decided to keep and like sadly takes like one of the 3 hoodies she kept and sets it aside and puts the candle on top of the pile and grabs her books and diary and stuffed animals and hoodies and goes running off after the group. And I
imagine Sal probably picks up the hoodie and puts it on.
Okay.
Normalcy.
Yeah.
And then heads out with everybody else.
Yeah. And they head to the Flying Rhymes Royce and fly back to the bed and breakfast. And as they all come in, Gertrude sees a room right off the living room with the door labeled Gertrude that she'd never seen before. And that's where we're going to leave tonight's episode. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and thank you to this amazing cast. Let's go around and see what everyone has going on. Ashley, you've been a fantastic guest and I've loved you playing Hiccup. Where else can people find you?
First of all, thank you. And second of all, I have a card, which is ashleycraft.card.co, where you can find all my links. I currently have an Etsy shop where I sell a lot of Pride stickers, Pride shirts, a lot of things like that, which is all art and stuff that I make. I also have a lot of designs and stuff involving worms on a string because I love them. And then also I have a Kickstarter going on right now, which actually is in like the last 12 or 14 hours or so, for Diary of Mothman, which is, we're almost to $8,500 on that. It's a queer immersive novel that will be told through letters sent to your house every 2 weeks for a year, or to your email if that's your preferred delivery method. And also there's going to be a podcast version of that. So the Kickstarter is going on for about 14 more hours, but we've massively smashed our goal, and I'm very excited. And those are, and I create a podcast. It's a comedy fantasy podcast called Finley and the Chaos Crew, about a non-binary half elf, half demon and their adventures.
All right. Thank you so much. Joel, where can people find you?
Oh man. So on Mondays, I am a mainstay of Talking XP's Curse of Straw campaign called Ravenlaw's Mist Fits, because we like puns in there. We had our heart broken and ripped to shreds last 2 sessions, and it doesn't seem like the pain is going to stop. It's just a lot of fun. Starting next week on Wednesdays, you can find me over on Tea, like the drink, TRPG. I think I can't talk about it now, right, Nikki? I guess that's the thing. Yeah, it's going to be a Percy Jackson themed, powered by the apocalypse game. I don't remember the name of it, but I can look it up.
Beaten and the Damned.
That's it. I'm a professional. And then on Thursdays, I'm here. Most Thursdays, I'm here. And then on Saturdays, I don't know when the first episode is going to go up, but I'm also part of Travelers of the Multiverse, which is, I play a swashbuckling rogue tiefling called Mephistopheles Machiavelli. It's a podcast, so it should start going up soon, within the next 2 weeks. But it's a lot of fun. But if you want to keep up to date with everything that I do, because I do a lot of other things, you can just find me on Twitter at ZaxShadowAceXZ, which is me.
All right. Speaking of TTRPG, Nikki, where can people find you and what do you have going on?
Oh boy. Okay. So I am the producer over at TRPG. That's TEA TRPG. As Joel had mentioned, we have our Percy Jackson series starting up that will go through May 11th on Wednesdays. On the second and third Saturday of the month, we have right now we have Age of Wonder, which is a Masks long-term campaign. We're on season 1, and then when that isn't running, our second and third Saturdays are Avatar Reclamations, are very awesome, popular Avatar show, and it's really fun, and I love playing in it. And then what else we have going? Coming soon on the other Saturdays, we'll have an all Latine stream, and that'll probably be for charity. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but keep an eye out for that. And on the last Sunday of every month at 2 p.m. Pacific, we have our talk show. And I am currently scheduling guests for that, and I'm running out of spots. But if you're interested and we're mutuals, you can send me a DM, and I would love to have you. And that's it. Oh, and follow me as _Nikki, just like in the chat here. And that's where I am on all social media.
Great. Thank you so much. Dana, where can people find you?
Yeah, so my name is Dana Ebert. I'm Mistress Dana RPG on pretty much all social media. And I am a TTRPG content creator and game designer, probably best known for my work on Pathfinder and Starfinder. The next books that I co-wrote that are coming out this year are Pathfinder Lost Omens Travel Guide and Starfinder Interstellar Species. Yeah, just come check out my work. Follow me on social.
All right. And Leslie, who are you? What do you have going on? And what can people find on Carrion Comfort Studios?
Sick, yeah, so I'm Leslie. You can find me on all social media as Leslie Wombat. Starting Sunday, you'll be able to see me play on Martlet Games' Twitch, where I will be playing in a V5 campaign as a lovely Nosferatu named Estelle. That takes place in Indianapolis, and that will start on the 3rd, so this Sunday at 8 p.m. Otherwise, Carrion-wise, I'm the content manager here, so there's no Kingdom Hearts tomorrow. But instead, we have an interview with Jason Cordova, the founder of The Gauntlet and creator of Brindlewood Bay, and that will be at 7 p.m. Eastern this Friday. We're back with Late Night Comfort again this week, so that's 8 p.m. I think. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. on Saturday, where we'll be talking to Sade, who has been on a couple of our streams and is also an artist. And then Sunday we'll be back with Carrion Comfort News, our usual Sunday show at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then Tuesday I'm back with Comfortsicle. Don't know what game I'm going to be playing, but we'll be making popsicles and playing video games again on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm debating switching the time of that one to 7 p.m., but we'll see. And then Wednesday we're back with more Good Game Well Played. We will have an announcement for a game we're playing that week, and that will be at 8 p.m. And then we're back again Thursday with more Room for Everyone with Yazebas Bed and Breakfast at 8 p.m. for next week. And that's the week at Carrying Comfort.
All right. And I've been Natalie Pudom. I'm a professional game master. You can book with me at charmpersongames.com. I will run any game you like, be it Dungeons and Dragons, be it Yazebas Bed and Breakfast. I will run them for your parties, corporate events, bat mitzvahs, or funerals. Anything you have going on, I will run a game for. Right now, this is my only show I have going, so you can tune in next week to see me on Yazebas, to see me on Room for Everyone, Yazebas Bed and Breakfast actual play on Carrion Comfort Studios. And you can buy my game, Sapphic Space Pirates, available on itch.io. It is a quite lovely game, if I do say so myself. And if you want, follow us at CharmPersonGame on Twitter. And stay tuned. There may be news soon about how you can get your own physical copy shipped to you. So watch for more. I'd like to thank Evan Galloway for our theme song, A Ways Away. Thank you to Jay Dragon and Possum Creek Games for this lovely game, which is out now on Indiegogo. Go back it. I backed it at way too high of a level, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it. You should too. We will see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. for episode 7, chapter 25, A Mug of Winter Cheer. Until next time, comfort comes soon.